Kinder landscape, it's an area that I think is, well, you can see why people with creativity and imagination want to come up here and take photos and maybe write a bit of poetry or write stories. It's a really romantic place and it's beautiful. I've worked for the Trust 25 years. It's a job where I can start at the beginning of a project and actually see it through the end. We're on top of Kinder, the plateau itself, and it's very important because of all the project work we've done over the last 20 odd years. Has involved gully blocking, which is various techniques depending on the depth of the gullies, and then after the gullies are gone in, it's the vegetation plantation, which is cotton grass and sphagnum. It was important because, especially the plateau, it was just a moonscape. There was no vegetation whatsoever, and it was down to mineral, and it basically was all dark, and which is one of the reasons, I suppose, why it's called the Dark Peak. But one of the other issues was the carbon release, which once we've got the vegetation in place, actually keeps the carbon stored, which is one of the reasons why we started the project over 20 years ago. Sphagnum is important because it's it's the main peat builder, and that's one of the things we're trying to achieve on top of Kinder Plateau. I think it's been successful because it's been planted in the right places. I mean, it was something that we'd learnt on the job because we were pioneering. Initially we was planting actually on the banks, and that didn't really work because in the dry period it blew away, and then when it got wet it just washed away. So we learned on the job it's probably best, and it was best, to plant in the gully block bottoms, and then it consolidates the peat and then moves up into the gully systems up the side. It's a lot more resilient now because obviously the project work that we set out to 20 years ago is working. I mean, if you'd come up here 20 years ago, well, you'd just seen a lot of bare peat and gritstone, whereas you look around now, you've got a lot of moorland vegetation, there's a lot of heather come back, there's a lot of moss, sphagnum moss. The reason why the vegetation disappeared in the first place was a lot of it had to do with the Industrial Revolution, because where we're situated at the moment is right in between Manchester and Sheffield, and the pollutions were just coming over to the top of the Peak District and basically destroying the habitat that was here. And not only that, we've had overgrazing in the past, plus we've had wildfires, which all contribute to what happened when the Trust acquired it 40 years ago.